What I'm about to share with you today might be uncomfortable, especially for us Muslim men who refuse to normalize any deviation in our morals. But if you truly understand what I'm about to explain, your entire struggle with pornography may collapse permanently, inshallah wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created every man upon a pure fitra, a natural alignment in desire, thinking and behavior. And you were born with clarity, with balance, with a built-in guidance system. But when a man repeatedly overstimulates himself, when he keeps chasing more intense, more extreme forms of pleasure, slowly his fitra begins to distort. And history shows us exactly where this path of corrupted desire leads. The people of Lut didn't suddenly wake up with deviant desires one morning. That level of corruption didn't happen overnight. It was the result of years of ignoring boundaries, escalating private sins and chasing stimulation beyond what was natural. They kept pushing limits, kept normalizing forbidden fantasies, kept feeding desires that were never meant to exist, until eventually they desired what no human in a sound fitra would desire. And pornography follows this exact same psychological pattern. It starts slowly, then it becomes more intense, more extreme, until a man finds himself watching things he doesn't even recognize as himself anymore. Not because he is that type of a person, but because his brain has adapted to constant novelty. His dopamine threshold has risen so high that normal intimacy, normal women, normal life no longer excite him. This is not a moral lecture, this is neuroscience and Quranic reality aligned together. When you abandon the limits Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala set to protect your fitra, the fitra collapses. But here is a deeper truth. Men don't relapse because they're weak. They relapse because they still believe pornography gives them some sort of value. Even if they hate it, even if they regret it, even if they cry afterward, a part of the mind still assigns value to the pornography. Maybe this value is some sort of relief. Maybe it is escape, comfort, or distraction. You might tell yourself, I want to quit. I don't see any value in it. But your behavior truly reveals what your conscious mind refuses to admit. Now let's examine the biggest belief men fall for. Porn helps me deal with stress. People say the same thing about alcohol, smoking, junk food, but let's look at this logically. Stress starts in your thoughts and not in your body. So your mind basically interprets something as stressful. Then you feel the emotion of stress. Now imagine an alcoholic when he feels stress and tells himself, I'm going to drink and relax. Like the moment he decides he's going to drink, when does the relief actually happen? Is it a moment when he drinks the alcohol, or is it the moment when he decides to drink it? It is the moment before, when he decides to drink. And the relief actually came from the thoughts and not the alcohol. So it's not something biological, it's actually in the mind. Pornography works the exact same way. The relief doesn't come from the videos, but it comes from the thought, I'm going to watch something and feel better. Your mind creates the relief through expectation, not through the pixels on the screen. Which means that pornography never relieved your stress in the first place. You believed it, and trust me, beliefs can be replaced. And this is why men relapse. They still perceive benefits. It doesn't matter if those benefits are fake. It doesn't matter if they are illusions. If your mind believes pornography provides something, you will crave it. Not because you're addicted, but because you're following the false value you assign to it. And here's the interesting part. The men who admit, yes, I think porn gives me X, actually break free faster than the men who deny it. Because honesty destroys the illusion. Once you bring the belief into the light, it loses its value, it loses its power, and you can't be controlled by a lie you've just exposed. Now let's bring this back to Islam for a moment. Shaitan cannot force you to sin. He cannot grab your hand, and he cannot control your body. All he can do is whisper beliefs, such as, this will calm you down, this will make you feel better, this will distract you, this is harmless, you deserve a relief from stress. These are all the same kind of lies that he whispered to the people of Lut. Normalize the forbidden, escalate your desire, detach from fitra, bury the guilt. Once the lies were accepted, the desires changed. And once the desires changed, destruction followed. Porn is not dangerous because of what you watch. It's dangerous because of what you start believing. It's dangerous because it reshapes your identity and it pushes you away from your fitra, away from your natural attraction, and away from your emotional stability as well as your masculinity. And eventually, it moves you away from yourself. But there is hope. The same mind that created the illusion can also destroy it. And the real path to freedom is very simple. First, you identify the value that you think pornography gives you. And secondly, you start debunking that belief with logic, truth, and evidence. And thirdly, you replace that belief with a healthier interpretation of it. You do not need to fight urges for the rest of your life. You do not need to run away from triggers forever. You do not need to live in fear of relapse. Once the belief dies, the desire also dies with it. And also, don't forget who you are. You were created to lead, to build, to protect, to worship, to carry responsibility with honor. And every time you fall into PMO, you're not just committing a sin. You're stepping away from the man that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala designed you to be. But the moment you choose clarity, the moment you expose the false beliefs, all the power returns back to you. And if you want personal help in covering the exact beliefs you still hold about pornography, if you want me to walk you through how to dismantle them one by one, if you want to rebuild your discipline and masculinity in a way that aligns with your deen, click on the link below and apply for a free session. And I will help you identify the real reasons behind your urges. I will show you how to break them, and I will guide you toward becoming the man Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created you to be. I only work with men who are serious about transformation, men who are done negotiating with their nafs, men who want power, clarity, and control over their lives. And if that is you, the link is below. If not, at least take what you've learned today and start being honest about the value you believe pornography gives you, because that honesty is the beginning of the end. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide us back to strength, purity, and a restored fitra. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.